Namaste, welcome to today's Deep Peace Relaxing class. So this is a nice class you can do at home, somewhere quiet, a nice quiet room, peaceful area, or a nice outside setting if you have one to do it in. This will be guided. I'll be taking you through a number of different techniques to help relax the body and mind and make you feel nice and relaxed and peaceful wherever you might be. So you're going to begin being in a nice sitting position, moving into a breathing technique called Nadi Shodhan, or alternative nostril breathing. So just to begin, just closing your eyes. Bring yourself into a nice, tall, relaxed sitting position. You can sit on a few pillows or cushions to help you to be comfortable. You can also rest your back against the wall. Joining your hands in a Chi Mudra position, where the index finger and the thumb tips touch together, turning your palms up onto your knees. Starting to withdraw our senses inwards. Bringing your attention now onto your breath. At this primary point, just start by witnessing your breath, knowing its different patterns, its different rhythms, whether it's relaxed or whether it's short and a little bit tense, just so that you can then adjust it to be more comfortable and long, which is more conducive in these breathing techniques, to have a nice, long, relaxed breath, of which there's many benefits too. If you're not already doing so, bring the breath in and out through the nose. Just relaxing around your eyes and face. Scanning the muscles of your cheeks and forehead and your jaw, so that you're nice and relaxed as we move into these breathing techniques. So to start, we'll practice complete yoga breathing, where we fulfill and use all of the different parts of the lungs, which helps to bring fresh energy into the body and relax the nervous system and the mind. So we begin with the left hand just coming down onto the lower abdomen. So just below the navel is an energy center called the Dantian, which is our energetic beginning point or energetic center where we begin and finish the breath. So with your hand as a reference point, as you breathe in, just expand your abdomen as you breathe in into the lower hand, the palm. And as you breathe out, just gently finish that outward breath with a contraction of your abdomen. This is helping us to breathe down into the base of our lungs. During the day, if we're busy or stressed, we don't breathe into the base of our lungs. We primarily only breathe into the upper chest, which also can tighten our shoulders and neck muscles. Okay, so now with your right hand, you can bring that up, place it just on the upper chest. So for a complete yoga breath, I'll ask you to breathe into your bottom hands first. Fill up the bottom of the lungs and draw the breath up into the top hand. On the exhalation, you'll empty the lungs from the top hand down to the bottom hand, finishing with that gentle contraction of your abdomen, beginning the next inward breath with the expansion of the abdomen. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, spine nice and tall. So if you're new to this technique, it's important you just stay nice and relaxed, not holding your breath at any particular point. Keeping the breath flowing, similar to like a wave flowing across the ocean. Smooth in its quality. You may like to return your hands back to your knees, just completing 2 more breaths. So this is described as being a premeditative technique to bring the mind into some balance and focus. So from here we'll move into Nadi Shodhan, or alternative nostril breathing. So with your left hand, you're going to make a 3-finger shape with your 5 fingers. I like to place these 2 middle fingers just between the 2 eyebrows, just underneath the ridge where the nose joins the forehead. There's a nice acupressure point there that's very relaxing. And you're going to be alternating in and out of the 2 nostrils by using the thumb and the opposite 2 fingers with the small finger. So with our thumb on the left hand, closing the left nostril, you're going to inhale through the right nostril. Close off the right nostril and breathing out of the left nostril. Inhale through the left. Closing off the left. Exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Closing off and exhaling through the left. So the way the system works is you'll breathe out of one nostril, inhale through that same nostril, closing off, then repeating on the opposite side. There's many wonderful benefits for this technique. If you're feeling a little bit lightheaded or dizzy, please return to the previous technique that we used, which was the complete yoga breath. Completing one more round. Finishing off with an exhalation from the left side. Returning our hands back to the knees, coming back to our complete yoga breath. So the Nadi Shodhana has a very purifying and relaxing effect on our subtle nervous system. So now that the mind is relaxed and focused, we're going to add a mantra. The word mantra, man, refers to the mind. Tra means to draw your mind away from the material plane or the material anxieties, and to focus our mind on a transcendental sound vibration. So the nature of these transcendental sounds are that the more we meditate upon them, the sweeter they become. They have a purifying effect on our heart and mind and give the self-nourishment. So we'll be using the mantra of 4 syllables, Gauranga, Gauranga. So we'll begin with 2 silent breaths first, which I'll guide you through, and then we'll add the mantra to the breath. So as we inhale, the mantra will be said quietly in the mind, Gauranga. And on the outward breath, we say the mantra aloud, Gauranga. So we'll begin together. Let's begin with 2 silent breaths. We'll now exhale, breathing out. Inhaling with the complete yoga breath. Exhale. Just let the breath fall from the body, nice and naturally. Inhaling. Exhale. So now on this inward breath, we're adding the mantra Gauranga. Inhale, saying it quietly in your mind. Exhaling, Gauranga. So you can just continue now in your own time. If you like to do a little slower, a little faster at your own pace, that's fine. No need to wait for me. keeping your mind focused on that sound vibration. One more time. Bringing your focus back to your breath, keeping the shoulders and face relaxed and soft. These mantras have a very calming, purifying effect on our heart, mind, and also on our consciousness. In the ancient yoga text, the Bhagavad Gita, comes the following verse that we can meditate upon as we sit with our eyes closed. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. It's a very beautiful quote, very powerful quote. It also hints to the fact that there is a difference between me, the self, and the mind. So we're going to allow this quote to lead us into the next technique, which is called the silent witness technique, which can help us to understand this a little further on a more practical level. Keeping our eyes nice and relaxed and closed. Taking another deep, long breath. So you can just picture yourself sitting somewhere within nature. Maybe a favorite spot that you like to go to escape from the chaos of the world. A place where you like to go just to take time out from the busy lifestyle that we tend to lead. Maybe on a nice mountaintop or at a lookout. A very calm place within a forest or even on a beach looking out to the ocean. So as you're sitting peacefully in this place that you like to go to, he's going to look out into nature. And the different landscapes that are in front of you. If you're sitting on a mountaintop, you're looking out at all the trees. If you're at the beach, you're looking out at the ocean. Or if you're down near the river, you're looking at the water flowing by. Just noticing all the different colours around you. There may be different changes in sunlight, different reflections. So just observing these natural changes that happen in front of you. But where you're sitting, you have a view of this from a distance. The yogis call this a silent witness. A silent witness is someone who watches, observes the changes from a distance. So as you're doing this in nature, you can now do this with your mind. Take a step back and watch all the changes, fluctuations, different thoughts or images that will come and rise to the surface of the mind. So these different impressions will come and last maybe a short period of time or a longer period. But what we're going to do is watch them and observe them. As we did in nature. But this watching will be done in an aloof way. Meaning we're not becoming involved with these different emotions. Taking a step back, allowing them to rise and fall at their own accord. As you just watch, observe, and remain untouched. So this is a very powerful meditation. Just remaining, watching for another moment or two. So it's a very nice technique. Practically shows us how we are separate from the mind. That we are the viewer of the mind. We're viewing the different experiences and past reflections on the mind that rise and fall and become replaced. As we just sit and watch. Very similar to when we go to a movie. The mind is like the big screen. All the action happening on that big screen. The different scenes, the different people that are involved in that movie, the different settings, the different paces of the movie. And I am the viewer of that movie as I sit in a chair and watch all these different changes go on. So the person sitting in the chair watching is the self. In Sanskrit, this word is the Atma, or the Jiva Atma. And the mind is known as being part of the subtle body, the subtle covering of the Jiva Atma. The Jiva Atma always remains the same. Being surrounded by these different experiences, these different changes, these different fluctuations that are all temporary and past. So by practicing this technique regularly, it can help us to appreciate and understand that I'm not my mind. So when the storms of life occur, the different fluctuations, the different changes, the pleasant or unpleasant experiences that come and go with this journey in life, when they arise, we can take a step back from the mind. Take a step back, don't become affected or dragged around by the mind, or even bullied by the mind. Understanding that the mind is not me. And through this understanding, we can appreciate that to achieve peace and happiness in my life, I need to actually be the controller of my mind, rather than my mind being the controller of me. In the yoga text, it also states that if a person is to achieve peace and happiness, we must have control of our minds. Bringing our focus now back to our breath. Just meditating upon these ideas, these ancient truths, and this great wisdom of knowledge from the yoga system. We can start to apply this in our daily life. It's where the most benefit will come. We actually start to implement it into our daily life. It's not just part of our meditation practice, it actually becomes a regular, daily experience where we can have many wonderful benefits. So when you're ready, you can just slowly start to open your eyes. We're going to be moving into some kirtan, which is also called yoga sound meditation. Focus upon these transcendental sound vibrations. So we're going to be using the mantra Chaitanya Nityananda Gaur Hari. So I'll chant the mantra for you through 2 times. And then you can repeat the mantra back to me in a call and response. So I'll sing, then you will listen, then you'll listen. Then I will listen as you chant the mantra back to me. We'll go backwards and forwards. Most importantly, use this time to focus on the mantra. If you find that your mind becomes distracted, or you're thinking about things through the day, or what's coming up tomorrow, or what's happening in the world at the moment, just put those things aside for now and just come and place your mind on this sound vibration. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Hari. 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 Chaitanya Nityananda Gauri Chaitanya Nityananda Gauri. Chaitanya Nityananda Gauri Chaitanya Nityananda Gauri. Just keeping your eyes closed as you allow that mantra just to resonate through the body and mind. So these transcendental sounds have a very purifying effect on our mind and consciousness, provide a deeper nourishment for the self, the soul. So I'd just like to finish the class with a nice quote once again from the ancient yoga text, the Bhagavad Gita, which states, "To wherever and to whatever the mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, draw it back under the control of the self." So I'd like to thank you very much for attending the class. Namaste.